vex so.
Sowore. On the door. I the vex. I the vex. Some they call me pagan. Then they say I be Satan. Cause I believe I be winner.
Okay, let's start.
Don't leave me a sinner. If it truly be.
Thank you, Larry Safari. Good evening, everybody from Nigeria. I want to say how are you today, and how's your day being and going? Okay, let's get started. No time. I'm sure a lot of people already heard the news of the DSS claiming that Sowore would prefer their custody due to the 5-star comfort they claim they now started according him after the protest by comrades and activists. And the following are the questions arising and the highlights. But before I go to the questions arising and to give the proper highlights, I'd like to immediately, first of all, clarify. I was there in court on the day Femi Falana SAN asked that Sowore still remained in DSS custody pending pending perfection of the bail conditions because they were too stringent. On the day, Justice Ojukwu granting the bail said that among all the conditions, including 50 million naira bail bond, cash deposit to the litigation account of the court, and shorties in like sum of 50 million naira and all of those, she added that Sowore should be in remand prison, that is correctional facility, pending perfection of the bill. Then immediately Falana said, my lord, let me quickly speak with my learned colleague at the DSS that Sowore can still be with them pending perfection of this bill instead of taking him to prison. Falana just did not want them to be transferring him here and there. That was the intent, and that was pending perfection of bill, not after. So I'm not aware that there was renewal of choice of transfer to prison. In fact, if it were even in, let us now set the record straight. DSS released a press statement and then came to say, you know what? They now started giving excuses, including of Zakzaki, Dasuki, and all that. So the following are the highlights of what the DSS is trying to claim in the press statement. I want to explain what they mean, and let us do this. Number one, they are simply trying to say that Sowore prefers their illegal custody because of the sudden allowance to see TV from detention after protests that embarrassed President Buhari in London. I want you to take note of that. They started allowing him to see TV after over 100 days in detention, and this was coming after there was pressure, including a protest that they felt was embarrassing to President Buhari in London. That was the fact. If you read the press statement by the DSS again, you will see that point I just raised in the press statement, that he is now having comfort. They now went ahead to cite example of Zakzaki, and I'll get to that point. But before then, let's look at this. They are also trying to give the impression that Sowore no longer wants to see his own family because he has now seen cable TV, which I guess he had never seen before in his life. Now he sees it in DSS custody. Do you understand it? That Sowore now has DSS, he now has cable TV which they don't believe he has in his own home. He no longer wants comfort of his own home, he wants that of the DSS, and no longer wants to see his family after all. The number 3 claim they are trying to make in that press statement is that the Zakzaki's paraded video, which rejected the harsh condition in India hospital, also suffices for Sowore. How many of you saw the video, the guided video scripted thing? Okay, I would ask, how about you release Zakzaki to media? Alright, mix the media, don't use your own media, because we may have scripted questions. Let us ask him questions freely. Let us ask him if he prefers the DSS custody to returning home, not to going to taste some horrible condition in another hospital somewhere, and he will definitely have to prefer custody. And let us also ask Zakzaki whether he does not want to go back home upon being granted bail to remaining in your custody because of comfort. And then Alhaji Lai Muhammad also said that they have been feeding Zakzaki. How much did they cost? Was it 2 million naira per day meal? Oh, is that what you are now trying to also transfer to make claim that Sowore must also have been enjoying that? Number 4 claim, if you interpret that DSS press release very well, is that contrary to previous claim made by the DSS itself that it was ready to release Omoyele Sowore, the lies are now becoming more apparent that it is only ready to continue to make him more comfortable in detention, but not to release him as ordered by the court. I hope you are writing the points down. So the DSS is simply saying that contrary to their initial claim or previous claim that they were now ready to release him but nobody came forward to release him, they are now simply saying that the bail granted by court plus the pressures you people are giving us will make us give him comfort, but we are not willing to release him. If anything, what this press statement has confirmed is that it is only pressures that can make DSS soft pedal. So that pressures, the comrades might need more of it to get them to eventually release Sowore on bail. So before the DSS can now obey legality or the law, there must have to be some actions, civil actions, to enforce legal orders. That's what we are saying. No, Nigerians are not foolish. You see, it's clear now, everybody can understand it. That's the statement the DSS is simply trying to make. That yes, the court can say whatever it likes, but until you people give us civil actions, we will not respect courts. So for court order to have meaning, there have to be civil actions. That is the meaning of what you people are saying. Well, I understand that Afunaya, the DSS spokesperson, has got to do his job. He's just overwhelmed. He has to do his job. You understand? So when I read it, I saw he was trying to be polite. He was also trying to inject some courtesy and calm nerves and all that. But the lies we could see through, it was just trying to, just to go left, right, center and see if he could balance it. I'm sure they must have read it 5 times to see whether it will sit down home with people. But hey, Nigerians are not foolish. Come on. Mr. Afunaya, we understand you have to do your job. You're overwhelmed. You're also in a tight corner. Alright? But that is what they want you to do. He who pays the piper calls the tune. We understand. This is not about Peter Afunaya. This is clearly about some power somewhere who don't want Sowore released. So Peter Afunaya has to cook up all those things, try to bring Zakzaki's, teleguided or Zakzaki's scripted video, or Nollywood video, to use it to speak also for Sowore. No, Nigerians are not foolish. Even if Sowore does not speak from detention, his supporters who know him very well know that he cannot prefer your custody. So the claim of Sowore preferring the DSS custody after he had been granted bail is simply saying also that Sowore prefers the illegality of the custody to legality of bail granted him by courts, or that Sowore is also cooperating with the DSS, all right, to illegally detain him against his freedom. That's the meaning. That Sowore prefers is now he has cooperated with the DSS, or is in love with the DSS, illegal action of detaining him against legal order. That's what you are saying, isn't it? All right. But Nigerians are not foolish, all right, and they can see. Let me just take a few comments and then I'll close it. I'm actually very busy. I just decided, okay, let me quickly set the record straight. I ran into the news and okay, let me quickly set the record straight, just in case they might be deceiving some people out there, and they might also be giving words to people who are in turn happy and saying, hey, did you hear what the DSS said? Just like the first time when the DSS came out to say it was because there were no people that came out to receive Sowore, really. But the same people saw how you were shooting at people who came to receive him, and later they say it has to be the shorties. Excuse me. Everybody knows that you are not the one who granted the bill. You are not the ones to see the shorties. The court already verified the shorties, and it will not be condoned. That it also does not make sense, and it's very unfair that the DSS wants to attract those shorties, invite them over, threaten them, detain them, just like the way you illegally detain people, which is already very clear. You want to detain them and threaten them to withdraw as shorties, so that you will now say, hey, the shorties actually withdrew in another press statement. Nigerians are not foolish, all right? So it's just to set the record straight, by the way. All right, comments, people. Yeah, the lies are very childish, my brother. The lies are very childish. They should even have, even if you want to tell like a old DSS, bring something. I don't want to say I'm disappointed though. So Sowore is a threat to shenanigans. Yeah, some Nigerians are foolish. Yeah, Ibrahim. Yeah, but that's why we have to come up to and set the record straight, people. Is it Nigerian youths that are bought over to the tyrants? Yeah, we know, but let us also not allow them to destabilize or lie to the comrades or to the genuine people who are following the matter. Hi, good evening. Good evening, Osibo Gold. VP is now Aso Rock houseboy. Game world. Since when did you know this? We knew long ago. But I say you just didn't know, bro. I think I say you're making a whole lot of sense, but yeah. But it's easy to, if you have been following this matter, you can easily read through and just laugh. When I saw it immediately, I just laughed. I'm like, oh god. These people don't even know how. So even if you want to lie, you have to. It's a craft. Lying is a craft. They don't even know how to tell the lies. That's funny. They've run out of excuses, my brother. They've run out of excuses. No, Sowore is not even exposing the DSS. The DSS is exposing itself. Liz, the DSS is exposing itself. Nigerian youth, please stand up and join the comrades to voice out. They will eventually wake up. They will eventually understand that this is about them. DSS has become a better liar than Lai Mohammed. Fashola, there's a hate speech bill coming soon. No, Fashola Samson. Please watch food. Don't let DSS come for you. All of us have been arrested. Nigeria is an open air concentration camp, as Seun Kuti put it the other day. Nigeria is already a jail. It's just that the degree of freedom is different. But all of us everybody is looking to escape. Everybody is looking for bail in visa. Nigerians are looking for bail in visa just to escape from this camp, from this concentration camp or this prison. Because there's no freedom. If there's no freedom in Nigeria, is it not anywhere there's no freedom is prison already now? Yeah. I can authoritatively say the draconian looking hate speech bill is really targeted. Yeah, we know that. Absolutely. His speech, let them bring it on. Now them go take and tie themselves down now. They have no idea. We have so many foolish people in the Senate. They are very foolish. So they don't even know how to think ahead before they do something. They don't know how to. That's the funniest thing. No, it has no longevity. It has expiry instead. So we know. How can somebody that is in jail be afraid of jail? Apologies. There's one comedian who said, if what's the name of this comedians? Aki and Popo. That if Aki and Popo goes to church and they are singing Ben low, Ben low, Ben low, Ben low, that they should not join them to Ben low because they are already low. It's a comedian that said that, and I'm sure Aki and Popo by themselves know the comedian. But what I'm simply trying to say by using that comedy is that somebody who is already in prison should no longer be afraid of jail. Nigeria is a prison, and everybody is just looking for bail visa to bail themselves out of the country. It's a reality. But at the end of the day too, they can't just be arresting anyhow. It's senseless already. They are tired of keeping people that they cannot explain the reason they are holding them. I tell you, they too are tired of holding people that they cannot explain why they are holding them. It's already watery. Look at the excuses they are giving on Sowore. It's already very watery. So I appeal to people, please take this. Media houses always have their editorial. Take this as objective media. Anytime you see me come online to talk about this Sowore and DSS case, it's a very symbolic matter. So just take it as objective media's video editorial. Just opining on let us analyze this issue and let us make sense out of it. So this is objective media video editorial or editorial broadcast. See it as that. So it does not represent the position of objective media. It only represents the opinion of Shegun, who is doing the editorial. Do you understand it? Video editorial. So, but all of you can also, you are free to comment, argue with me, abuse me, disagree with me. It's fine. I always welcome it. When nations are moving away from death penalty, Nigeria is embracing it. We should be thinking of amending our laws to take away the death penalty for some offenses. That's long-standing emperor. But you know what? Even if you want to start putting death penalty on crimes, how about the crime of stealing people's money in government? How about the crime of collecting money and not doing the job? How about the crime of genocide or pogrom against your own people? All sort of crimes like that. How about the crime of showing less care about lives and properties which you swore oaths to protect? How also about the evil of allowing Nigerians die by malaria because you don't want to equip the hospitals while you go abroad for medical safari? I'm not even asking you to put death penalty on them, but I'm saying even if you want to increase sentences to cut some excesses, the excesses are more on the side of the politicians than on the part of the helpless citizens. That's what I mean. Thank you, Abbas Ajiven. God's own TV. Nigerians are finding way to escape from this company called Nigeria. So from this prison, actually. Ibrahim Shoa says Boko Haram. Yeah, those are the crimes we should be putting death penalty. But you are forgiving Boko Haram people. You are forgiving killers. You are forgiving terrorists, and reintegrating them to the society. But you want to be killing the people that Boko Haram is already killing by asking them not to talk. The question is why should you beat people and ask them not to cry? You are saying don't speak even if you are killing you. That's the meaning of the hate speech bill. Beating somebody and asking them not to cry at the same time. That's callous, man. So Osibo Gold says Buhari want to come for the third time. So I heard. I saw somebody asking where Showore's VP is. Uh, you know what? I believe that we should not be asking where is certain individuals. Yes, so many individuals came together during the election for their respective capacity for the purpose for which the election was about. But afterwards, they saw what Sowore. I've not spoken with them, but I'm going to just opine. This is just my opinion. They saw whatever Sowore was doing afterwards. All right, they are just trying to create it afterwards. Whatever Sowore now did afterwards was what he believed by himself alone, and they may not be privy to that. Now, if they believe in it afterwards, that even after election what Sowore is doing still makes sense, and they want to join it, all right, they would have come forward. So I would want instead that we ask the question, we rephrase the question to, instead of asking where is Sowore's VP, or where is Malcolm Fabilas, as many people will always ask me, or where is so person, or where is that person, I will ask, where are you in all of this? All right, everybody has a role to play, and I don't see Sowore VP really doing much in public. Even during the campaign or electioneering period, he wasn't really that kind of person that comes out too much like that. He's more of a strategic administrator or something like that. So you may not know what he's doing on the back end or in the behind. He may not be the kind of person, I don't see him like that, the kind of person that is always the outcoming or outgoing or showy type of person that wants to be outside. So the question we should ask is, where are Nigerians? Not where is a person, a VP, or where is Malcolm Fabi, or where is so, because a lot of people ask me these questions, and I'm like, instead of asking where are these individuals, the question we should be asking is, where are Nigerians? Malcolm Fabi has his comfort, Sowore has his comfort, all of them have their comfort. The Nigerians they are fighting for are the ones we should be asking, where are they? All right. Okay, somebody says, Shodunke says he has also been meaning to ask about this VP. Well, I think we should not be asking about individuals. We should be asking about where are the victims themselves for whom Sowore is fighting. Banjo or Soyin says, Shegun, may I ask, is it mean that British government are in support of this Bubu government? Because I don't see reason you allow Nigeria politicians coming to London for medical treatment. If Nigerians don't stand up to it and demonstrate that it is wrong and they are not in consonance or in agreement with it, the EU may not see it as an issue. Don't forget that anytime your government officials travel abroad, they increase the economy of wherever they are traveling to. All right, they boost their economies over there. They increase their GDP and all that. So who will see free economic boost and reject? Yeah, do you understand it? So, but it's for Nigerians to determine whether enough is enough or whether it's not a big deal. If the citizens don't see it as big deal, I don't see why it should be headache of EU. The question I will ask EU is, why are you complaining? My citizens are not complaining. All right, so that is the way I would want to see it. I think the comments are currently now are freezing because of certain issues on the comment portal. Anyways, that's the simpleton I simply decided to come online and quickly clarify, so that we don't allow them get away with creating the fake impression or vague impression that Sowore prefers to remain in illegal custody despite bail granted him by court. Sowore will not be in support of illegality of the DSS against his own self. It's not possible. So I would think that they should step up their game. The DSS should step up their game when they want to tell further lies. Nothing must happen to Sowore. Nothing must happen to Sowore. And then they must also release him forthwith. You cannot continue to hold somebody against their wish and against the law. All right. So that's it, people. Thank you so much. I'm just going to leave you with ex Baba Lewis. Let us free Sowore. Thank you.
Yaya ne aka uku don bata garin nan kuma duniya duka ya lalace. Mun gaji da wahala. Freedom.
We don't dey too suffer, we no go gree again. For the money powers, they no go rule again. God save Nigeria, then don't they come again. Mental slavery motion, we no go gree again. I beg packages Naija, Baba we good result. Nigeria people good and then they push us to the wall. Security Oyo, hospitality Oyo.
Wallahi ka fadi musu gaskiya.
Oyo. Mama Africa no food to eat again. Papa Nigeria, your kids are running away. Wale Adenuga, the story super.